Okay, so good morning, mabuhay, blessed be God forever. So we are here again for our lesson 4 in science class. Okay, so for today, what we're going to do for today are the following. Okay, so we're going to have the following. So we will have our review of the previous lesson. Okay, then we'll have our discussion for our new lesson. Then review activity number 1 and review activity number 2. Okay, so let's go over with the first part of our day, which is the review time. Okay, so we're going to review the previous lesson. So what's the previous lesson that we had in science? So the previous lesson that we had in science is about the units of power. Okay, so what are these units of power? Let's just review it. So 1 watt is equal to 1 Nm over S. 1 joule per second is equal to 1 watt. Then 1 horsepower is equal to 746 watt. Then 1000 watt is equal to 1 kilowatt. Then the last one is 1 kilowatt is equal to 1.34 horsepower. Okay. Then also, we also talk about the formula that we can use when solving or getting power. And these are the following. Power is equal to FD over T. Power is equal to F times V. And power is equal to W over T. Wherein F is equal to force, D is equal to displacement, and T is equal to the time it takes to do work. And the last one is P for power. Okay, so that's all for lesson 3. Now, what we're going to have for today is a new lesson. Since we're done with the review, okay, we'll now proceed on the next part, which is the discussion time. Okay, so kindly listen carefully so that you can remember what's all about our discussion for today. Okay, so lesson 4 is entitled energy. Again, can you repeat that? Say energy. Okay, very good. So that is energy. So let us first define what is energy, okay? So energy is doing work is associated with energy. Yes, that's correct. Without energy, we cannot do work properly, okay? Power and motion is not enough, okay? Next, energy, okay, is also defined as objects need energy to move. Yes, exactly. Without energy, objects cannot move, okay? And lastly, can be transformed from one form to another. Yes, okay? So energy, there are 2 types of energy. We're going to discuss it after this presentation, okay? So, what are the 2 types of energy? Okay, so the 2 types of energy is or are first, we have kinetic energy, the energy of motion. Okay, I know that you encountered this before during elementary, so we're just reviewing it and we're going to focus on the part on how, okay, on how you're going to solve, okay, kinetic energy. Is it clear? Okay, so here we have, okay, a formula for kinetic energy, okay? And it is kinetic energy is equal to mass times the volume, or V squared over 2. Again, don't forget that. Can you repeat? Say KE, or kinetic energy, is equal to mv squared over 2. Okay, very good. So I have a problem here, okay, that we need to solve. So it says here that determine the kinetic energy of a 50-kilogram athlete playing a speed of 10 meters per second. So at first, we need to get the given, okay? So what are the given? You need to get the M and V. So what is the M and V? So the mass there is 50 kilogram, okay, that's it. And the V there, or the volume, is 10 meters per, I mean the velocity, sorry, is 10 meters per second, okay? So don't forget that. So next, we need to find the kinetic energy, okay? So there's the formula, you need to follow it. Then what we're going to do next here is fill up the part for M, okay, which is 50 kilogram, and V, which is 10 meters per second squared. So what are we going to do, or how are we going to solve it, okay? So we need to multiply 10 itself because it is in a squared, okay, 10 meters per squared, okay. So we need to 10 to multiply 10 times 10. So the answer will be okay, will be 100. Okay, so you just need to repeat. Okay, you just need to repeat 50 kilogram on this part. Okay, then write 100 meters per second and divide it by 2. So the answer for 50 times 100 is 5,000. Then you need to divide 5,000 to 2. Okay, and as you divide it, you'll get the answer, which is 2,500 joules. Is it clear? Okay, so that's how easy you can, okay, you can solve kinetic energy. You just need to follow the formula. Okay, so next, let's go to the next type of energy. Okay, so the next type of energy is what we call potential energy. So what is potential energy? So this energy possessed by an object by virtue of position. So the energy that is potential energy is described as the energy possessed by an object by virtue of position. Okay, so let us now know what's the formula in getting the potential energy. So in getting the potential energy, the formula is PE is equal to mgh. Okay, PE is equal to mgh. So just as the same as kinetic energy, all you need to do is to get the m, or the mass, the height, okay, and always remember that the g, the value of g is 9.8 meters per second. Okay, so what is the m here? So the m here is 2 kilogram. Okay, we have written it here. Then the h here is 3.5, and always remain the 9.8 for g. Okay, next, what's next is we just need to multiply the three numbers. Okay, so 2 times 9.8 times 2.5. Okay, I get at 3.5, I mean. Okay, so what's the answer? So the answer will be 68 point, correct, 68.6 joules. So it's just easy as that. Okay, okay, next. Now let us practice by solving the following. Okay, so let us solve it. So another problem here is, so first determine the kinetic energy of a 30 kilogram player playing at the speed of 3 meters per second. So the given are, M is, yes, 30 kilogram, V is 3 meters per second. So let's find the kinetic energy using the formula. So just fill in the blanks. So 30 kilogram times 3 meters per second squared. Okay, so you need to multiply 3 on its own. Okay, so 3 times 3 is equal to 9. So multiply 9. You just need to fill it up here. Just copy 30, fill up 9 here, since that is the product of 3 times 3. Then 30 times 9 is 270. Yes. Then you just divide it by 2. Then the answer is 135. Okay. So next, let's practice naman in potential energy. So here in potential energy, a 5 kilogram corn is lifted to a height of 2.5 meters. How much potential energy is gained by the rides? So the given is M. We just need to get the given, which is M is equal to, or the mass is 5 kilogram. Yes. Then the V is 2.5, okay, meters. Then always remember G is equivalent to 9.8 meters per second square. So find the potential energy. Okay, so M times G times H. So just fill in the blanks. Okay, 5 kilogram, then 9.8 meters per second, then 2.5 meters. So the answer will be 122.5 joules. Okay, it's just easy as that. Okay, so if you have questions, you can clarify it to Miss Jazz. Okay, don't forget that. You can clarify it to Miss Jazz. And you can ask questions privately in Messenger also. Okay, so let's practice. Okay, let's practice some questions here. So for some questions here, okay, so since we're done with the review, with the discussion and review activity we will go on to the review activity number 1. But these are just short, okay, short activities, okay, for you to answer. Okay, So review time. So let's have the following. So first, the energy of motion, is it A, potential energy, B, kinetic energy? Okay, the correct answer here is letter, yes, it's letter B. Okay, very good. It's letter B. Next, let's go to the next one. So the energy possessed by an object by virtue of position. A, kinetic energy. B, potential energy. Okay, so the answer here is letter B. Correct. Potential energy. Okay, so now let's go on to the next part. Okay, so again, let's practice by solving the following. So kindly solve this one. Okay. Okay, so determine the kinetic energy of a 20 kilogram kid playing at a speed of 5 meters per second. Sige nga. Okay, what is the M here? Okay. What is the V? Then we'll get and solve the following. Okay. Okay, you can have your time. You can pause this video if you want to answer it. Okay, so after this part, I will go on to the answers. You will check. Okay, don't pick on the answers. Okay, so let's see what's the final answer. Okay, let's see. Okay, so that will be the correct answer for this part. So kindly check if you got the correct answer on this item. Okay, so the correct answer here is 250 joules. Okay, next, let's go on to the next one. How about getting the potential energy? Okay, so get the given. What are the given? Okay, then solve it. Okay. Go. Get the answer. So you can pause it on this part. Okay, pause for a while, then answer. Then don't click on the next part as you play it again. So let's see what's the correct answer. Okay, if you got the correct answer, then it's a good thing. Okay, so the correct answer is 329.28 joules. Okay, so for the review time activity 2, okay, just answer, okay, page 23 of your module, okay, the review activity number 1, okay, then, since we're done with the review, the discussion review activity 1 and review activity 2, please be reminded, okay, if you don't have questions anymore, or if you have, you can ask me through private message, okay? You can answer your module for your asynchronous class for page 24 to 25, okay? So I think that's all for today. So thank you so much for listening. Okay, so I hope that you felt good today. Okay, and please prepare.